In today's video, we're going to take a look at a piece of armor that looks like it's from out of this world and a device that can make you feel like Spider-Man. Hopefully sans the dead aunt and uncle. R2-D2 Moving Refrigerator. Ever wanted your own R2-D2 companion? Well, now you can. With the R2-D2 Moving Refrigerator, you can make Star Wars a reality. This life-size R2-D2 model moves and is controlled by a remote control, much like in the film. If just hanging out with him wasn't enough, he also functions as a refrigerator. The R2-D2 Moving Refrigerator holds a 6-pack of your favorite beverage of choice. The fridge is a faithful replica in terms of sound and movement, thanks to an elaborate construction that hits all the details. The fridge is made to order in Japan and comes with a serial number, making it a collectible item that attracts fan attention. Sadly though, sales aren't limited to Japan, but if you have a Japanese friend who's a huge Star Wars fan, you could tell him about it. Top of all that, the device has an emergency shutoff button for added security and a proximity level sensor which guards against the device falling over on uneven surfaces. Realistic lights and sounds accompany R2-D2's movements, providing you with the ultimate Star Wars experience. If you thought he couldn't get any cooler, this one-to-one replica includes a built-in projector so you can watch all the episodes together. The life-size R2-D2 Moving Refrigerator will get the party started in Japan. Biomechanical Spinal Armor. Getting some Dead Space flashbacks here. This doesn't belong in a video game or a sci-fi movie though. This is real. As you age, neck and back aches frequently appear as a result of everything from poor posture in the back to improper form when lifting heavy weights. But if you're worried about your spine being damaged in battle, which is clearly our main concern these days, you should get yourself one of these full-length biomechanical spinal armors. However, where could you buy them? Can't possibly be sitting in a Costco aisle. Well, while I doubt you'll be able to find them on Amazon, you might have to know someone in the Secret Service to obtain one of these futuristic items. Thankfully, getting these isn't as complicated as you might think. In fact, you simply order them from the company's website, Bionic Concepts. The LED lights also beat in time with your heartbeat, making them ideal for fighting invaders from other worlds. This will look great and cool as a little finishing touch to the already cool piece of armor at Comic-Con, or any fancy dress party for that matter. Although I'd love to see the reaction of a random person in public to someone casually walking around wearing this spine armor. Magnus Thread Shooter Watch. The stuff of childhood fantasies is becoming a reality, as you can now purchase an actual working web-shooting Spider-Man watch. Hero Tech recently released a fancy trailer for the Magnus watch that showcases all the real-life web-slinging adventures that Spider-Man fans can partake in. The trailer begins with a series of images showing a wearer of the Magnus watch releasing thread from their wrist. The magnetic projectile at the end of the string latches onto the metal surfaces that the wearer shoots at, producing the same effect as Spider-Man's web fluid without being as sticky or gross. The thread can then be reeled in and fired as many times as desired by the wearer. The Magnus watch is a very fun and flashy accessory, even if it isn't a literal Spider-Man web shooter. It's also functional. When not slinging webs, the Magnus watch can function as a regular old digital watch, telling the time while concealing its own superheroic secret identity, as shown in the trailer. A separate cartridge from the web slinger contains the watch portion of the watch, which has a tiny LED lit screen. GECKO Gloves. We've seen a watch that can shoot out thread, but now we're going to be talking about something that can help complete your Spider-Man look. GECKO Gloves. The ability to scale skyscrapers like everyone's favorite web-slinging superhero would certainly make your morning commute more enjoyable, but the key to unlocking this power comes from geckos rather than our 8-legged friends. A bit crazy, right? Well, to Stanford University students, it's really not. They developed special dry adhesive gloves that mimic the microscopic hairs found on gecko feet, allowing humans to use the same scientific sticking principle that they do. However, because a gecko only weighs a few grams, they needed to devise a clever solution to stick an adult human to the wall. This came in the form of special springs that help to evenly distribute a human's weight across the gloves. This provides enough adhesion to support up to 200 pounds. It may not move with the grace or speed of your imagined web slinger, but human wall crawling can be done slowly and carefully as evidenced by the video. According to the team, the technology can theoretically be scaled up to support up to 2,000 pounds. Jet Blades by X-Jet. You've seen a lot of villains and superheroes with flying abilities, and some even gliding around on their cool gliders. Sadly, Rocketeer-style gliders are still a way off, but if water is the only place you intend to cause trouble, the X-Jet's Jet Blade is the ideal superhero tool for the job. The jet blades, which start at about $6,000, enable you to fly above any body of water for as long as you like with the aid of what appears to be a fire hose connected to a pair of boots. The house provides them with the hydropower they require to continue gliding, and the water jets cushion your impact on the ground for a softer landing. With powerful water jets shooting out from the sides of your feet, you can be lifted up to 9 meters in the air. Now you can feel that you're Iron Man or maybe the Green Goblin, but on water, of course. BMW electrified wingsuit. BMW believed it could fly, and has now proven it. The German manufacturer recently sent air sports pioneer Peter Salzman soaring through the sky at 186 miles per hour. How did they do that? Well, in a newly developed electric wingsuit. BMW, DesignWorks, and Salzman collaborated on the innovative concept. The idea came to the professional skydiver and base jumper while he was thinking about ways to improve his performance in the air. The E-wingsuit is powered by a chest-mounted rig and is based on BMW IEV technology. It generates 15 kilowatts of power, which is split between two 7.5 kilowatt carbon impellers. The impellers spin at 25,000 RPM and generate thrust for up to 5 minutes. The electric wingsuit's goal is to improve performance and eventually allow for longer distances to be covered. The trio glides in tandem in the video before Salzman uses his kilowattage to boost above another mountain and actually gains altitude while other pilots descend. Yes, like an actual Iron Man. The three then deploy their parachutes and safely land. Magneto shoes. Having a few superpowers is something that we'd all like to have, but finding the right scientific accident to grant you those abilities could be difficult. Colin Furze, a British inventor, is taking matters into his own hands and has begun designing projects that grant him some of the same abilities as X-Men characters. He began with real-life Wolverine claws and is now channeling Metal Master Magneto with shoes that allow him to walk on the ceiling. Even though it's not exactly the same as you might experience if your entire body could control metal, it's still a pretty amazing concept. Took a few trials and a lot of errors to create the mutant footwear. Furze's first idea was to place small electromagnets inside the soles of his shoes, but this solution was inefficient to support his 177-pound frame. He was short on cash and looking for something stronger, which led him to a junkyard. As it turns out, microwave transformers have the ability to function as fairly strong magnets when electrically charged. He only needed to strap one of them to each foot in order to suspend himself from a metal rod in the ceiling of his garage because they were simply that powerful. Now it's time for the day's best pick. We'll be taking a look at a villain's tool used for good. Prosthetic DOCOCK suit. Dr. Octopus, who's a villain from Spider-Man, has his prosthetics being used for a practical cause on a new project, and this may not be a one-time occurrence either. An 11-year-old boy with hypermobility, a disability that causes people to be overly flexible, was given a 3D printed prototype of the arms. Although athletes may benefit from hypermobility, the condition can also be harmful because it can cause joint pain in those who have it. Thankfully, the boy in the suit has been given some additional arms to assist him. This special suit, which has the same appearance and structure as Spider-Man's Nemesis's tentacles, is controlled by a series of 4 buttons on the boy's hand. He can use the special buttons to open and close each of the robotic arms, which move along with him when he moves his arm. Each arm can pick up lightweight objects thanks to a series of motors, which the boy should find extremely useful once he gets the hang of the suit. If you're a fan of the Marvel character it was inspired by, the design is truly amazing and is worth seeing in action. KURATAS Human Ride Robot. If you've ever watched anime, chances are you've seen enormous pilot-controlled robots fighting massive battles, either to fend off alien invasions or wage a world war. You might think that these are just works of fiction, but now they're as real as can be. Available for purchase on Amazon is a robot that uses its operator's facial expressions as cues to target enemies, proving that virtually anything can be purchased there. While it is unclear whether this sinister shooting feature is available in this version of the KURATAS robot, a starter kit is available for little more than $1 million on Amazon Japan. KURATAS, who stand nearly 13 feet tall and weigh 5 tons, look like something out of a Hollywood action movie. While it has the appearance of a tank, the gasoline-powered robot has a top speed of 6 miles an hour. In order to control the robot, the rider boards the machine, pushes a button, and enters the cockpit. According to a video released a few years ago when the project was first being developed, KURATAS can also be controlled by a smartphone connected to a 3G network. A smile is a signal to fire on an enemy. The feature is dubbed Smile Shot. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Quantum Stealth Invisibility Cloak. Seen a lot of movies where invisibility comes into play, be it a superpower like Violet from The Incredibles or a tangible object like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. But would you believe me if I say that it's possible in our world now? A material that bends light to make people and objects nearly invisible to the naked eye has been developed. It was created by the Canadian camouflage company HyperStealth Biotechnology and is protected by a patent. The quantum stealth material is still in the prototyping stage, but it was developed primarily for military purposes by the company's CEO Guy Kramer to conceal agents and equipment such as tanks and jets in the field. The material not only makes objects nearly invisible to the naked eye, but it also conceals them from infrared and ultraviolet images. While there are still some restrictions to its effectiveness, the company is in the process of improving it. And who knows, visibility might become a part of our daily life in the future. See you all next time!